All right. Are you ready to go?
Let's do it, baby.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite podcast. You know the name. Woo, woo, woo! Oh, yeah! Yeah! Riffin. So this is Adam Ray was on, and it was the setup was a disaster.
Same trash can in the corner, though.
You have to have a trash can.
Is that a prop? Because it looks like it was filled with the same denim.
We doing this during the singing mic part. I'm gonna give Adam Ray the singing mic, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what it is.
Riffin with Griffin. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo, woo.
Riffin with Griffin.
Sorry. Keep going.
Riffin with Griffin. There it is. Yeah.
Whoa. Well, there it is, y'all.
Yeah.
Woo.
When you bust out.
Well, the singing mic's there at any time, as you know.
It's there anytime.
Yeah, is there any time you don't need to sing them? I got so much shit up here now. A SpaceX hat with this nerd that I had on the show. I got my Harry Potter wand here, video game stuff.
Yeah.
I got my candles from Hangover Candle Company, which I should light one right now.
By the way, you need to turn me on to these guys because I have been lighting candles, and you know this from being on the About Last Night podcast. Yeah. I have candles going all the time, but I'm getting these Rite Aid candles that are like Skittle flavored.
Well, there it is. He's going to hear that, and you're going to get candles in the mail.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because he is very
Belgian-style blonde.
Yeah, he makes some
beer
special
candles?
Yeah, he uses like beer bottles and like changes them around and all that kind of stuff.
Can he customize them? Like, can he do an E-Griff?
Oh, he probably. You know what? I should ask him about that.
Because that's next, dude. Comedian candles.
You know what? You know what?
Wait,
I just noticed
edit this out because I want to make that my business model. There's at least 10 grand in that.
I just noticed something right now.
Yeah.
I felt like I fixed it, and I was like, I'm happy. But as I'm listening right now, I didn't fix it. Somebody sent me a tweet like, Eric, here's how you fix, because what it is a recording latency issue.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like that when I listen to it. But when we're recording, I'm trying to fix that because I hear it right now. It's like I think what happens is when you press the recording button, that's when something happens. But anyways, I still got the problem, guys. So I need you audio techs out there to help me out with this nonsense.
Yeah,
before we continue any further, second time on the podcast, as I was saying during the singing mic section, he was on when I just started, one of my first guests here at this place, and I had like a weird setup, and I was just trying to be cute. And now it's like, look at it now, and he's here again. The very funny Mr. Adam Ray. All right, well, here we are. We did it.
I love it. This is a better setup. I noticed too. I think it was maybe like a week after the brick wall went up.
Oh yeah, it was because of that episode. I had so many problems with your episode. The sound, the look, and the weird.
Because I walked away being like, I like E's podcast. And the video is like
truth
fine,
comes out.
but I mean, like, but I also knew because you were just getting going with it.
Yeah.
So it's like any good thing, like you got to go through the kinks.
Yeah, this is funny. You know what? Just kind of like it's like you come to your friends with like a shirt that you're like, oh guys, you like this shirt, and everybody's like, bro, yeah, and then like later the guy goes, man, I saw pictures of myself, and then that's when everybody goes, bro, we were trying to tell you.
No, you weren't. You never said shit.
You never said fucking shit. You should have said. I hate when people do that.
How you are? You're one of the few people that tells it like it is all the time, though. Were you always? And sorry to flip this and make this me interviewing you, but it's everyone looks at people, especially in their close friends. Where every time I'm around you, I'm like, God, I want to get to the point to where I can just have a respectable filter, but usually not have anyone. You got to know yourself well enough to know that even if you're going to go from here to here real quick, that you're reading the room, and you're not going to.
Well, okay, so what
call a fat girl out for being pregnant.
Well, what I hear is how you handle criticism. That's what that's about. It's about how you don't necessarily like to hear things, and so therefore you go, well, I'm not going to do that to anyone else. Whereas I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because Now, by the way, if you tell me like, hey man, you're
constructive criticism, I can handle that all day.
Even that, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
If you tell me like, oh, your place, the thing it looked really shitty. That initial thing is going to be like, ooh, you know,
yeah.
I'm gonna process that fast, and then I'm gonna look and be like, you know what, you're right, this is shitty,
right?
And I just process it fast,
yeah.
So it doesn't affect me like that. Even if I have a reaction, it don't affect me like that. So I go, that's how I want things,
yeah.
So then I present that to everyone else like that.
I'm also sensitive, so
you're right. You are.
Yeah.
This is about you. This ain't about me. Yeah. It's about you, and I'm doing it right now. And how you do it, I mean, it's not like I'm like, you a bitch. You know, I'm not saying, there's a way.
You've got the best comedy fucking finger point, by the way.
Wow. Yeah. I know. It's a little bit of a shot. I couldn't run for president.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's what that's.
But also, I knew innately that you were going to make all the necessary changes. So that's why I didn't feel it was necessary to go out of my way to be like,
no, I understand.
Hey, you need a brick. When's the wall coming, man? Because the wall you got.
No, it's not. But we're not even talking about that.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is the ability to have a conversation with some. See, I don't even think, even if you see some constructive criticism, because like that's a nice way of putting like, I had to tell you some real shit. So we like to try to disguise that by saying like, oh, I'm giving somebody constructive criticism. It's like, no, you're telling somebody something that they need to hear.
Yeah, I've done it a few times in my life.
Yeah,
for friends with like booze problems, I've gone out of my way, and that was a big deal.
But see, you justified it in your head.
Why?
Because it's like, oh, they had a booze problem, so it's okay for me to say that. That's just a testament to your personality. You just like being a nice guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You want to be presented that way, and I want
totally everybody
to
feel good.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to feel good because
after they feel like shit.
No, because after they get past this initial thing, so it's like I want you to feel good about everything that's going on. I don't want you to lie to yourself. You know what I mean?
It does make the compliments more sweeter when you don't sugarcoat the bullshit.
Exactly.
Write that down, put it on a t-shirt, put it on a candle, and send it to @AdamRayComedy on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. It's like the
compliments are sweeter when you don't sugarcoat the bullshit.
Yeah, man. That's exactly. But I always was like that when I was a coach. But you coaching kids and whatever it's like that. I'm not telling you. I'm not saying to you, you're doing good. No,
you didn't, huh?
I know. Because when I did say it, I meant it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the kids appreciated it more.
Yes.
Did the parents?
The parents.
No, because you had parents like,
oh no,
Eric, you're really hard on Timmy, and you don't play him. First of all, yet you still coach him,
dude.
How can you coach a kid that doesn't even play?
First of all, the difference between parents are the worst. Like they're the hardest to deal with.
Who, you Will Smith
kids? I'm just saying they're the worst. So like,
we'll add in a laugh track. Remember his rap? Parents just don't understand.
Oh well, okay, that's what a reference. He's somebody who's 40, everybody.
You guys hear about this guy OJ?
Yeah.
All right.
So so I remember having to deal with parents and dads and moms are also very different.
Who's worse out of the
moms are the worst.
Okay.
Moms, especially moms that aren't sports savvy. They're the worst. Okay.
All they're concerned with are the kids' emotions.
Yes. So like dads.
He goes, look, dude, I get it. Jason fucking blows, dude.
Dads will be like, right. No, but even more than that, even if dads are upset, if they come at you like, Adam's supposed to be starting. I know he quick fat, but he's supposed to start. You know what I mean? He's like, so then with a dad, the kid goes out and fucks up, and I could be like this. That's your kid. See your kid? That's why it's happening. And you see dad processing like, I can't wait till on a weekend we going down to the park and we going to take it, Dads just, they understand. They have pride. And the ones that don't, those are the ones that are like crazy anyway, and you just can't deal with them.
Right.
But like moms say shit like, coach, it was $75 for the team shoe.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't Timmy playing? It's like they have no like.
Well, he's a part of the team.
It has nothing to
Mrs.
do with
Larson,
right.
And everyone buys a shoe. He can wear his own shoe, but that's going to highlight the fact even more that he's not a part of what's going on.
Yeah, they don't get that. I've had moms say crazy things to me back in the day. It's like, it's like they don't care. They'll say some shit like, well, that other boy's playing and that boy's ugly. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean?
As if that had anything to do with how you were doing your subs.
I know. Tyrone don't even know who his father is, You know what I mean? It's like
he's starting.
Like imagine if that's how you pick the team. Okay, who got mother and father in the so it's like moms were always worse. And
Elton can't even read, and you're gonna put him at the free throw line for technical foul shots?
That she wouldn't even know that much. But I can remember like a mom telling me like before we started the season, she was like, I'll never forget this conversation because she's like, Coach, what are we gonna do about his grades this year? And I just remember thinking to myself, this is what I said to her. You got 6 teachers, homeroom, guidance counselor. You. How about from 2 to 5, I handle free throws and layups, and the other 23 hours of the day, you parent your child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like this like, what are we gonna do? It's just the worst kind of attitude.
Well, because coaches, and you probably displayed this, you can be look, for some kids, a father figure.
Yeah, you can be an influence. Yeah.
An influence for sure. And also maybe a more stable, you're providing more stability in their life, or maybe the kid comes back and talks about how much he loves practice and the coach and the game. So then that makes the parent hears this connection and goes, all right, well, if you're this involved, then get involved even more.
I know, but my thing was like, it was a private school.
Also, they see movies. They see Coach Carter. They see fucking, and they're just like,
But the thing is that they, it's like she said, I said to her, I was like, you pay $7,000 a year for tuition. I don't think you paid that so the basketball coach can oversee your child's education.
Wow. You would say that?
Yeah. Because I know this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's good. Like,
try to nip it in the bud.
I have to nip this in the bud to be like, this is the kind of what things I would do. I remember that because this is what I don't respect about like parenting styles. There's different parenting styles. Because there was a kid, report cards came out. All right. He didn't do well. He didn't do what his mom wanted him to do. Okay.
Which was?
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
If it was all A's, whatever her expectation was for her kid.
These days.
Whatever
Unless you're born with that A built in.
Whatever it is. So we're about to go out to play. It's the JV team. The kids are in the layup lines, are excited. Mom comes walking across the court. He's not playing. He got bad grades. He's off the team. This not going to happen on my watch. In my mind, I'm like, your watch? Because apparently you haven't been watching shit. Because think about it.
Yeah, as you watch.
Think about it. Like, so you're now getting involved on report card day.
Wow.
If you're getting involved on report card day, you ain't shit. Okay? So don't act like, because here's what I don't like about it. You taking the kid away from, like, there's a certain responsibility. There's a certain aspect of what's going on with the team that's like, this ain't all fun. Because my whole thing is like, does he still have a phone? Does he still drive in his car? Does he still have a whatever game system he has?
Yeah.
Is he still going out on the weekends?
Yeah.
Is he still like, so why don't you take away all that stuff and then we could talk about a punishment or how to do it?
Yeah, but if you're not even trying to do your part.
Because if they take the car away, who's got to pick the kid up? That same lazy ass parent. It's like they think like he loves this.
Wow.
There's ways to punish the kid without punishing everybody on the team.
Yeah. Boy, you should really think about hosting a Dr. Phil type show for adolescent kids. You already got the mustache and the fucking finger point to the TV.
Yeah. You were wrong, kid.
We'll be right back.
I know. It's called the finger.
That's what it's called.
But then people get mistaken because it's like, Griffin's giving them the finger. But I don't know. I just think that there's different styles. There's different ways to look at it. But I just think
do you judge your friends the way they parent?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, my friends, and I'm sure when I have a kid, I'm gonna be the same way. You ain't playing, But it's like for me, just to being somebody that has had to see the results of that parenting, be the outside of it, and it affects you. Because I remember having this argument with my buddy, my buddy's dad, who when we were younger, even when I was like in my 20s, I still felt like this. So the dad he said, I'm taking the TV out of their room because I told them not to look at it at a certain time and they're taking it out. And I said, well, okay, I get it, but that's not really control.
Yeah.
Control is the TV's in there, and when you tell them not to watch it, they don't watch it. Okay? So that's real control.
Yeah.
What you're doing right now is just you're removing it, and all they're gonna do is resent you.
Yeah.
This is all just resentment, hatred. You know,
Yeah.
so that's just how I just have like an approach to this kind of thing, and especially when oh shit, sorry.
Let's take it.
Especially when it comes to like, I hate when that happens. I'm not even gonna cut it out, dude. You know what I mean?
No, let the fans know that you take calls too, man.
You know what's dumb about it is I have it on do not disturb. I don't understand. I'm putting it on airplane mode. Fuck it. But anyways, it's like, even as like, on the team, I think I've even told you this story before. It's funny with a podcast. You don't even realize if you're repeating yourself.
I know, dude.
You don't. It's almost like you got to write down this is what I was talking about to make sure I don't talk about it again. And I may have. Sorry, whatever.
There's always a new audience.
There's always a new audience.
New listeners.
But like, when you talk about building a team, especially with like young kids, there's just two philosophies, because you have this society right now wants it to be like everybody should be on the team.
Yeah.
And I just think that I don't subscribe to that. What do you think about just that aspect of it? Let me get you into the conversation.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I was like, I just thought about it. I'm talking a lot.
No, I love it though. It's your show. Look, I think when I see those videos,
you were already going with it. So listen.
Look, when I see
it's
those
totally
videos,
okay to be like, everybody should be on a team if that's how you feel.
No, I don't think that, because there was a kid in high school named Dwight Angle, and he made the freshman team, and he had decent skills, but he definitely was they put him on the team as almost like a
mascot.
Yeah. And
I get it.
We all tried to do that thing where you get the ball to him to score a bucket. He'd never scored, and he scored, and we carried him off the court. The game was still going. Yeah. It was a freshman game. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't make the team JV the next year, but I had no problem with that, because it was like, this is now more competitive. We want to win. There's only so many spots, and there's guys that are better than you. I do see those videos that are like on Facebook or wherever of the kids that, have some true disabilities.
Completely different.
Really?
That's completely different.
Yeah. Okay. So
no, that's I don't count that as what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. You're talking about the kids.
I'm talking about the kids that suck.
Yeah. Get better. I think. Look,
no. Some of them can't get better. It's supposed to be a meritocracy. It's supposed to be like you're because we're competing against other people, and there's a scoreboard.
Yeah.
Look,
I didn't make some plays I auditioned for in high school or get a certain part because they didn't think I was good enough.
Right.
So and that definitely stung. I mean, I didn't make there's like a select team that I tried out for in like maybe 7th or 8th grade for basketball, and there were like 3 different select teams, and the one I made was the one with not as good of people on it, and I was like really bummed about it. And one of the coaches, who was a friend of mine's dad, tried to tell me, like, well, there's not enough spots. He's like, also, like, we already have a couple shooters, and they're like, you do this, and so spots. He tried to give me some bullshit answer, and it like stung, but it definitely, made me try to, for a little bit anyway, get that mentality. Like, every summer, I'm gonna dribble around the garbage can. I'm gonna shoot every day, but
there is something to that.
I think every kid's gotta. That's why it sucks, because I got teased. In the quick fat days, and like, as much as that was so devastating, and even I was telling a buddy this the other day where he was like, how bad was it? I was like, man, I didn't really know, straight up, like, I wasn't gonna fucking take myself out, but like, I had some fucking dark thoughts there for a little bit because of that, and it definitely has shaped who I am, and definitely gave me perspective, and I wouldn't change it. I'm glad that I went through that amount of, like, even though I would never want to see, one of my nieces right now is getting a little, bigger for her age. And part of me is like, fuck, like, I want to step in and make sure she doesn't have to get anything that I got because it was so awful. And I don't want her to feel bad. But
do you think that that's parenting, though?
Yeah. And then there's, for sure. And then, but then there's a part of me that's like, fuck, like, I know what it did. Like, I know how much stronger it made me, how much empathy it gave me, and this and that. So there's like I don't think there should be. Then you're getting into a whole conversation about like bullying. Like, should you never at that age, when you are so such a sponge and have so much clay to be molded. Like, should you never go through anything bad as a kid? Like,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's fuck, dude.
Well, here's the thing though. It's like
having the girls at the skating party make fun of me, and when I would ask one and hearing them in the bathroom like make fun of me, dude, I'll never forget that shit. But like,
girls are brutal.
Yeah, man. But again, I'm like, I guess I had a mom that would pick me up to go back to and be like, don't worry about them calling you fat. Now, do you want to have spaghetti and meatballs dumped on a pizza and wrapped in some Cool Whip?
And there's the problem. Yeah. It just goes back to parenting right there.
Yeah.
Like, so some parents would be like, well, get your big ass on the...
Yeah.
Maybe you should work out, honey. Maybe this is a sign that you should work out.
Was very passive aggressive. He goes, for my bar mitzvah, which is when I dropped LBs, he goes, I'm going back for seconds. And he goes, you like seconds, huh?
Listen, I had this kid.
And then he tells me, he goes, and I'm like mid-bite on a fucking chicken pot pie, something that's just so good. And he goes, you see me salivating, just saying the words chicken pot pie. And he goes, you can't wear sweatpants at your bar mitzvah. Oh, dude, mic drop. My grandpa.
You just hear the fork falling off the table. Clink, 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 clink.
Dude, like, that's a truth dart to the heart, man. Yeah. But again, like, hearing that from him stung, and I just kind of go, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, again, mid-bite, and I was like, that's what you think, and like, tried to make, cut through the awkwardness. But you need that.
But that's how you need a village, though.
Yeah.
You need grandpa to be like, get your fat ass in gear. And then mom's supposed to come in and be like, it's okay. Grandpa's like that.
Your ass isn't that fat.
You're not. And then you're just like, but you still heard that.
Yeah.
But you got this love and support that you need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It needs a
If you
village.
got none of that, if you have no balance.
Then
you're.
But that's the kind of kid that doesn't need to be on the team. That's my point is like, you're talking about a school full of like however many. Let's say if 100 kids try out for the team.
Yeah.
How do I determine who gets on the team? The ones that need it or the ones that deserve it?
Whoa. Can you take one of each?
That's what ends up happening. But see, that's my story for you is I remember this kid, Barlow was his name.
Nice.
And he wasn't the best basketball player. Okay. He just wasn't, but everybody loved him. So the kids were like,
you need
Coach,
a fun kid.
They come to me like, Coach, you got to put Barlow on the team.
Oh, they all did.
Yeah, the people,
why?
Okay.
What did he bring?
I don't know. The value that they thought he brought.
You need a locker room guy, right?
Yeah, the value that they thought he brought was like not the value that they needed when it came to it. Okay, and this is what, as a coach, what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just like with the Cleveland Browns. You don't let the quarterback pick the coach who just got into league.
Yeah.
You're the fucking GM. You go, tone it down, rookie. We'll handle this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't do that. But let me tell you my point of the story. Later, he's graduated. He comes back. He was a cool kid. He's around alumni game. And he says to me, I'll never forget it. Hey, why'd you put me on the team? He was like, I know I was terrible.
Oh, right? Shit.
But this is what he said. This is the part that got me. He said, I knew I shouldn't have been on the team. But then he was like, but when you put me on the team, that made me feel like I deserved to play. And when I didn't play, that made me feel bad. It's like, I'm paraphrasing, but that was the point. And I was like, and you know what?
Dude.
It just reinforced in my head that I was right all along. I'd rather a kid hate me for not making the team than to be on the team and fail and hate himself.
Ooh, wow.
Fuck,
dude.
Because then it built this resentment of like him being like, because he was on the team. He was like, well, why aren't I playing? I made the team. And especially if I'm the kind of guy that's hard, so you feel like my word means something.
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to, and then I did him wrong. I should have cut him and been like, you're not good enough.
Wouldn't it be great if Barlow was the guy that you like hit up? He had a construction business and you were like, dude, I would be honored if you would put up like a brick wall in my place for the podcast. He's like, I got you. And then he sent over this.
I know. But it's like, so I always knew.
Well, that example, by the way, says it all.
I know. And there was another one. Here's another one. This other kid.
I'm good on one. But I think there's
hilarious. There was another kid. I forgot his name. But like, I remember this because it was like report cards came out.
Yeah.
3 of the kids were ineligible to play. It was like one of those things, you know. So I mean, as an education coach, I'm terrible.
I was gonna say,
you know what I mean?
How many
Obviously,
kids?
I need to like prioritize like kids doing their homework. Okay, so that's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
We've addressed it.
Yeah, we've addressed it.
Let's move on.
Okay, but anyway, so we're playing the game, and like I have to get these bench guys, and this one kid, he goes in, and he just, oh man, it was a disaster. It was a close game. You know, he travels, turned the ball over. Oof. It was just a nightmare. After the game, he's sobbing. You know, privately, he comes to me. He's like, "I lost us the game." In my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, you did." But at that moment,
one of your travels, you didn't even dribble. You just ran with the ball like you were trying to.
It was like
the end zone.
That's the moment where you go, okay, here's the moment where you balance. You go, okay, it's time to be hard. It's time to be soft.
You're not an animal, though.
I'm not an animal.
You
so
can't, yeah.
After
you can't
choking
prey
him
on
out,
children
no.
Tears.
No, but I was like, but in my mind, I was thinking as he's talking, I was like, this is why he shouldn't have been on the team, because he wasn't ready for the moment.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready for the moment, what the fuck are you doing there? And that's on me. And let's say,
wasn't that an Edwin McCain song? These are the moments.
This is when you're supposed to grab the singing mic and just completely fucked it up.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll do it again.
Okay.
These are the moments only God knows I'm alive. These are the moments I'm pretending on my life. Oh God, all I'm waiting for.
You do the whole song?
And I could give me 1 second. And I could not ask for more than.
That was our high school. Yearbook. No, end of the year assembly. Senior year when they do the slideshow.
This was the voice, so I could just. I just want to be like this. This is the voice.
Oh my God! Seeing someone just looking and just like not even like acknowledging and
wait, check it out.
It's so funny, dude.
Actually, I would watch The Voice if it worked like that.
Oh my!
So instead of them
God.
turning around because they like you,
they start facing you,
and they go nope. And it's an electric chair, so it's just
like,
yeah.
Wait, do the sound.
Wow.
You're so good with the sounds. Do the sound. Yeah. Oh my God.
So, but that's just. But anyways, you know, getting back to it, it's just like, you know, how.
So this kid's crying, and you did what? You gave him the.
I gave him a pep talk, like, no, listen, it happens. You had a rough one. This is why you should practice more. This is why so
okay, cool.
Next time, But it's like in my mind, I go, it don't matter what this kid does. He's never going to be good. It was just that kind of thing.
And you gave him a false sense of.
I had to give him a false. Yeah, I had to, because in that moment, it's like, what's the point? He blames himself for the loss. So I'm like, okay, good. He acknowledged that how he fucked up. So I don't need to pour salt on the wound, but it was just one of these moments where you have to think about the overall picture. So, and what I'm saying is, that's why I am the way I am sometimes, is because I'm trying to help in the overall picture. So like when you came to me and you're always like, I'm talking about workaholics and I'm saying things about like, it's like, this isn't always the best situation. Yeah. And you're Mr. like, you're on the show, you should be happy that you're working and like, not everybody gets to work, bro, blah, blah, blah.
From my perspective,
and
that's how
I'm
it
looking
looks.
at you like, okay, we'll see. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then when you got Mad TV, I was like, yes.
He's about to see.
Yes, this is great.
Get a taste of humble pie.
Yes, and you and Amir.
Yeah.
You and Amir with your like, you gotta be positive all the time, and everything's great.
Wow.
And I just love to be there. So how was it? How was it? Because all I was trying to do is prepare you.
Yeah, totally. Stay neutral, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
My buddy Ben, Ben Seward?
Yeah.
Ben?
Oh, yeah.
I love Ben.
Great kid.
He's going to love that I'm talking about him
Great
right now.
kid, yeah.
Ben. I should just have him on.
Ben plays,
Nobody will watch it.
You never had him on?
But I'll have him on.
He's a great musician,
yeah,
right?
he's a great. He made both songs from my specials, and he made the song I made as Montez. I made a song. I made an R&B song as my character on Workaholics.
I do remember that. I don't remember the songs for your specials.
It was just the intro music.
Oh, great. Okay,
yeah, he's great at that. But anyways, what the fuck was my point about bringing up?
Well, you were saying that.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay, so he was up for a sitcom.
Ben was
up for this sitcom, and he was like, just the way he was talking about it, he was like, they love me. He just was so hyped, and I just remember saying to him, Ben, like, it's great, that they're saying all this, but nothing matters.
Wow.
Unless you book the job. Okay, like all this stuff they're saying, like all I'm saying is don't get yourself so excited off of like Hollywood words
Yeah.
Because the Hollywood types know how sensitive people are, and they're worried about like you're gonna.
Also, there's so many things that go into even, man, the amount of stories that I've heard or experienced myself where the like, dude, they love you, they got it. We're just waiting to get the offer.
That's when
those things. Nothing is real until it's real, dude. And even when it's real,
it's not.
It ain't that real.
Yeah, you can get fired at a table read.
Wow.
So I'm telling him this, and he's like, "Oh, the pushback was heavy."
Yeah,
you know,
because nobody wants to.
Like, just the way he was so like, and I was like, okay, you didn't book it. You know what I mean? And he and by the way, not only did he not book it, but those people that were saying how great he was,
yeah.
I don't know if he's ever had that experience with them again. Like, it's not like they were like, you were so great, so we're bringing you back. Like, look, this is what I'm saying.
If you were, you would have got the job, right?
It's not just, no. That's not what it is, because it's very subjective, the business.
Yeah.
So I know that. So that's why I don't listen to anything.
Yeah.
Because it's subjective. It could be, one of the executive producers who's the money person comes in and she goes, that guy, that nose and mustache, it just looks like my second grade teacher that failed me. And it's like, I don't want it.
Yeah, dude.
That kind of shit goes into it. So it's not all based off merit and talent and skill. A lot of it is all these things come into play. So because those things come into play, I say, don't listen to any of it. Okay?
Now, how about with comedy? Like, do you feel like if you see somebody run the light before you at a club, mm-hmm. This happened to me years ago, and I called the person out on it. Uh-huh. And because I was so just compelled, it was so bonkers to me that it was happening. And it was somebody that, there's also a little bit of probably like they're, 4 or 5 years, below me as far as like how long they've been doing it. But somebody didn't show up at the store. They popped in and did, almost 10 minutes over the time, which was so crazy to me. And it just pushed everything back.
That place.
Yeah, and it pushed everything back. And look, there's only, count them on your hand, the amount of people that can truly do that at the store, right? And I go, don't say anything. What is it really going to do? They're not going to change their ways. And I go, fuck it. But they walked right by me and tried to give a what's up, but not in a super pleasant way. So it didn't really kind of squash the feelings. And then when I went out in the hall and said something to him and wasn't receptive at all. And then I was like, see, I shouldn't have even done it because what was it going to do, But it was so...
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
it wasn't for that person why you did that.
I
was doing it for you. That's the thing about those situations.
Yeah.
Like when someone wrongs you, you're not necessarily telling them so you hope that they go, oh, you know what, you're so
no,
right.
I know.
No, I'm saying like you needed to do that for you. You needed to let people know, hey, I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
And please don't do that. And if they don't take it that way, it don't matter. You've put it out there.
Yeah.
And if it happens again, now you have a precedent to be like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked about this?
Yeah.
And you did the shit again. So now I feel like you disrespected me.
Yeah.
But now you have grounds to be like that.
Well, there were seeds planted. It's funny you say that because like there'd been an instance probably a year prior where this person had tried to take road work from me from when I was with a certain comic opening. So there'd been that had already
people are gonna be searching the calendar. I wonder when this was like a year ago. He was working for
Ontario, December 2015. So there'd already been some seeds planted to where it was like I'm sure there was that added ammo to me wanting to be like, I haven't taken a shot yet. Maybe I should do it now,
Yeah, no, I get, I'm not faulting you for being like, it's like you don't want to be combative. You're not.
No, it's also
nice.
I know how I feel. It's like, again, I knew how I was going to feel after that. I don't like to be contentious or have any sort of hate in my heart because I know just how it makes me feel. And I know I'm not at my best if I'm walking into any situation with any sort of animosity or weirdness.
I'm fine with that kind of stuff.
You are, huh?
Yeah, because you know where I stand.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, it's like I like people that know me like that. So like if you come to me and go,
hey, you're not coming to people.
No, yeah. If you come to me and go, Eric, I wrote this script and I really would like you to read it.
Yeah.
If you do that to me, I know that you want the truth.
Yeah.
So at that point, that's why you came to me.
Yeah.
So you've probably already shown it to your sister and your cousin and your manager who's giving you like bullshit notes.
Yeah.
When you come to me, I know it's like, all right, you want, and that's why you do it.
You want the finger. You gotta do it to the camera though.
So I'm just saying that's just like I've just established myself to be like that. I just want to be. And listen, what I don't appreciate, what I take offense to, is this idea that like I don't care about people's feelings, or I don't care about like it's
that's people that just don't know you well enough, but they only get one piece of you, right?
But that's just I just think that that's people projecting their own bullshit.
1000%.
They're just saying like well I don't and I get that, I know it. That's what I was saying. Like it's funny that I use that example of when you and Amir got on Mad TV, but I don't think that like especially with Amir, I don't think Amir and I actually became friends until he went through that. Because that's the moment that he could be like, oh, I see what you were saying.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I get that. I can't talk to somebody who's not on TV and complain about TV. That's your dream.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers are sitting over there like, I just want to be on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to go, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
There's things that go on behind the scenes. There's things that everybody, it's all relative. Like I always say to you before, like if Chappelle, Chris Rock, all these people that got paid $20 million are sitting at a Denny's, I guarantee you they can, and they said, how was your experience with Netflix? They're going to be like, oh man, let me tell you what happened to me. And we're sitting over there going, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You made $20 million. But that's
like,
just.
You guys want more ketchup, or is it?
But for them, they could be like, they wouldn't give me free tickets, or
wow, they're gonna have their issues.
They're gonna have their issues.
It's at a different level.
It's just a different level.
Yeah.
And so that's why you end up migrating towards people that are near your level, on your level, or someone you see is gonna be on your level or even surpass you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to be able to it's like for me, I'm at a point now in my career where I just like I'm a journeyman. I'm going around. I'm starting shit late. I'm doing a podcast. I'm trying to get shit going. But like I just did some dates with Dane, and he was surprised when I was like, because I talked about it on my podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, I said to him, because he was promoting the tour. And I was like, I'd love to come do some dates. And he was like, the look on his face was kind of like, it's like, hey man, not most people aren't like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I headline clubs and I do, but like, I ain't selling out arenas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not.
Want a taste of that.
3,000 people ain't coming to see one of my shows at one time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's go do that.
You know, a lot of those people are going to know you. So it's just like extra, 3,000 like re-upped fans or new fans or whatever.
So I'm like,
there's a lot of people. I
don't have an ego about that.
I know. This is what's so crazy too. There are so many people. There's so much content. Divine was talking to him recently about his special and him getting back to clubs. And he's like, I just don't got any material. And he told me this one story. I go, well, there's a 5-minute story right there. And then I go, also, you just need to get some reps and write. But then he goes, I can't tour yet because I got to retire the hour. I go, retire the hour? I go, dude. I love you, but
trip.
You can't assume that everybody saw your special.
Yeah,
you just can't, unless you are truly at that level.
But he's doing like big theaters and stuff.
1,000%. But you haven't done them all. Haven't done every city.
I know.
Who was it? I think it was Kevin Hart that was like going to all these, finding arenas in all these smaller towns and just fucking cleaning house with an act that he hadn't. That after a tour he'd done, but he hadn't filmed it yet.
Sebastian makes it completely known.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna see the act that you saw
and some new stuff.
Right, but like that's the whole.
Yeah, dude.
Let me ask you something.
I got no problem with that, dude.
Have you asked Adam to be on your podcast?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's done it a bunch.
Adam Devine's been on your podcast?
The About Last Night podcast. He's probably done 5 times solo.
Oh, I didn't even. And because I've asked him to be
3 times for tour recaps where we did. And those are the great ones because that's where we just kind of.
See, I asked him to be on a podcast.
But recently, did you ask him?
Yeah, recently.
For Jexy?
Yeah, no, just.
He's a little podcast out.
He big timed me.
Yeah. Well, he told. I actually go. I'm going to go through. I always just go through him, but I was like, I'm going to go through his publicist because I know he's got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And let me just go this way. And she's like, he's not really doing any podcasts right now. And then all of a sudden Dax Shepard's pops up and he's on it. And I was like, not doing any podcasts.
I know.
But also Dax Shepard, 2 million listeners, whatever he's got.
Yeah. But my whole point is like, I was trying to like.
You guys should, it should have happened already.
I'm saying you're not doing it for you.
Yeah.
You're doing it for me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's why Blake came on.
Yeah.
And Anders came on. And Jillian came on. And
Ooh.
Mary Beth came on. And Kyle came on.
Oh, shit.
He's the only motherfucker from the Workaholics crew that hasn't come on.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
Give the finger, dude. That's
fucker's big time to me.
Oh shit, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yo, Ad, you got called out, man. You gotta.
I need to be on my phone. Jexy, tell Adam to come to
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? It's like he's so funny about that kind of stuff.
Are you guys going to Clippers games?
You know what? This year it's like
too much, huh?
It
Did they jack the prices up?
No, they didn't jack the prices up, but just my situation. I had a lot of personal shit going on, and I wasn't sure. And then when we got Kawhi Leonard and all of a sudden Adam's like, I'm going to every game. You know what I mean? Like he's like, he don't want to share the tickets anymore.
I know.
You know? So it's like, and I'm like, you know what? I thought about the cost, and I was like, I'm about to buy an electric car. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm just tired of paying for gas.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I didn't realize how much my parents live 50 miles away. Girlfriend lives 30 miles away. You know, my brother lives 30 miles away. And I just was driving all over the place, and I looked at my gas bill 3 days ago, and I was like, $250 to $300 a month
on
gas. And I was like, that's it. So I get the tax credit.
How much for the battery plug-in?
Well, they're getting it here. They're getting it in my building. They don't have it yet, so I'm just going to have to deal with it until then, you know? But there's places all over.
Go to a charging station, right?
Yeah. And I said to myself, this is going to be in a way that I'm going to be like, I'm going to write comedy. I'm going to be like, I need to go charge my car, and I need to sit and look at my material.
Whoa.
Like I'm going to make it a thing for myself. You know what I mean?
Dude, I didn't have a car for 2 weeks, and I was Ubering everywhere.
Right.
And, man, I almost didn't, when my car got out of the shop, I almost didn't.
What the tax people are saying that, like, some tax people
I got
say that
so much done, dude, with chilling in these Ubers. It was crazy, man. Like, seriously. And
that's why we need self-driving cars, so we can just be in a little cabin doing shit.
Well, self-driving cars, here's my whole thing. When it went wrong, and first of all, one of them killed a woman at a crosswalk in Tempe, and then another one drove off the freeway into an embankment. And I was like, cool. Guess I will continue to drive myself, always and forever.
Yeah, but
robots ain't. Dude, robots got to prove themselves.
One of those, anyone would have killed that woman. That one woman that got killed, she was mentally...
You're saying that woman was just in the wrong place?
Yes.
She's a wrong place, wrong timer?
Yes.
And if it wasn't that crosswalk, she'd walk into a...
Yeah, she would have walked in
a Radio Shack where a shoot-up happened or something?
No.
Oh.
That woman was mentally ill. This is what I was...
It was a normal woman crossing the street.
No, man, it was somebody... No, something was up with her. And she walked out into to anybody would have hit her.
So the robot was doing us a service. He was like, this person... should not be.
They did a quick calculation. It's like, should we take her out? You know,
dude. When that robot takeover happens, after seeing Whitney's robot, I was like, yo, dude.
After I seen Whitney's robot, I was like, oh, the sex robots aren't ready. That shit looks nothing like her.
I know, dude.
It's like
it does and it doesn't. I mean, it's like, look, it's for a robot. But you shouldn't say that.
If you have to say
for
that,
a robot, it looks like a person.
No, we want the
for
sex
a robot. It looks like a robot.
We want the sex robots to be like, it looked like Jessica Alba. You know what I mean? Like it feels like Jessica Alba. It looks like Jessica Alba.
Yeah, but I mean, we have no basis for comparison. So if you're feeling robot Alba movies,
wait. We do have a basis of comparison. Real people.
Yeah,
that's the comparison.
But real Alba is what I'm saying.
No, but
so if you get the robot Alba and you're like,
we get to test,
and you're like, oh man,
send in real Alba. You know, she comes in. We're like, hey,
for the case study.
Well, can I feel the titties just to make? I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetime.
How many? You don't think? I was just going to ask.
I don't think it's going to be in our lifetime.
What happens first? Uncanny robot sex dolls where we're not even calling them dolls. We're like. Other extra sex people, right? Where you say people instead of bots.
Okay, first of all, let me stop you. Okay, no, the robots are going to be. That's just going to be a feature on the robot. It's like if you have a car and it has a reverse cam.
Yeah,
that's not the main feature of the car, but it's nice to have a reverse cam.
Okay,
the sex portion is going to be like that.
By the way,
it's going to be like bucket seats.
What is the reverse cam in a car? What is the equivalent of that in a sex bot?
It's going to be
like a heated vagina.
No. Listen, you're not listening to what I'm saying. They're not going to be. No, they're not going to be sex bots. They're going to be
right.
Like my bot's going to be downstairs cooking,
right,
cleaning, and then you hit up. You know, it's like, okay, you know what? Let me go to sex mode, and then Like the problem is
Right,
the fact that they're being made for that.
But what's the equivalent? Like you said in a car, like the reverse cam is an extra feature. So in the
robot,
sex
is the extra feature.
But what specifically?
Just being able to have sex. Right. If you want to have it's like
like an untoothy blowjob. Like what's the reverse cam equivalent?
I'm trying to explain to you
Heated
that
seats?
the robot is. You just really want to go with that joke. That's what it is. He's like trying to ram this joke down our throat. He's like, I'm gonna get this joke in, everybody.
I think there's something there, and I want you to finish it.
No, I'm telling you that the robot is really gonna be for more practical purposes.
Okay.
Like they're making those robots are being made. They're trying to find see what's happened is
so you're gonna be like, hey robot, fix my cable. Then the guys are gonna start playing out their fantasies and be like, oh, the cable.
No, listen.
Here.
The robot that's gonna come first. Let me give you a better example. Did you see Black Mirror?
I loved it.
Okay. They made this video game, and it's a fighting video game.
Yes.
And then the feature on it was you could fuck, okay? But it was a fighting video game.
Yeah.
Which to me is ridiculous. Yeah. Like, if you can fuck, that's the feature. Like, that was the stupidest part of that thing. It should have been, here's a fuck game, and if you want to fight, you can. That just was the dumbest part of that, right? But what I'm saying is they're making robots right now. Like you know what's going to come before the sex bots?
What?
It's going to be the mechanic robot, the barista robot, the robots that can carry shit and like deliver stuff. Because they're not going to look
food delivery robots. I'm not trusting a robot within 15 feet of my place.
They're not going to look like, but you trust like Johnny who like can't pay his rent and that's why he's delivering Grubhub.
Yep.
No, fuck.
Because I know Johnny's not going to come up my steps with a burrito and all of a sudden go.
No. Johnny's going to come and be like, "Hey, what's up, Adam Ray? Yeah, nice looking place you got here. Is that a big screen over there? Is that a big screen?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the guy that's going to come back with his friends because he knows where you live. They don't do background checks on Grubhub delivery guys.
They don't.
These motherfuckers are just coming to your house.
You mean Uber Eats? Like,
they don't do background
everyone
checks,
there's never been to prison?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about, dude? Those are let me
Uber
finish
Eats,
my
you're going
thought.
to change it to Uber Beats. You're going to get a fucking...
My point is,
oh no,
the robots that are going to infiltrate society...
A lot of strangers have seen my house.
They're going to be practical robots for purposes. Now, the thing is, the people that are trying to work on sex robots, they're trying to get them to look as real as possible.
For who? For them or for us?
For the consumers. Because that's what you want. I don't want to. You know what this is?
I don't think that's what we want, though. The people that are buying and investing in sex robots, or remember the Fleshlight? Remember, who was that? I think I did a Red Band Ice House show a long time ago, and they were giving them out. And I was like, dude, there's no way I can ever willingly do this. Like, I was curious, couldn't do it. And I would say if I did it or not. But by the way, it did sit in the back of my Ford Escape with bungee cords that were holding the bumper on. Remember my old Ford Escape that was just falling apart? And when I pulled into a lot one time for an audition, and the security had to check my fucking trunk, and back there, I was doing a lot of sketches at the time. I had
just a lot of nonsense.
I had a puppet, a fat suit with it was like a stripper fat suit with this like big stripper titties and like this weird like garter belt. It was a fat suit for a sketch and a puppet and the Fleshlight. And the security guard opens my trunk, holds up the Fleshlight and the puppet, and I'm in the rearview mirror going over my sides. I'm like, looking all nervous, and she just goes, "Let me guess, you single?" And I was like,
she's like you. I got to get this joke in. I'm getting this joke in right now. No, okay, let me give you a better example.
I think the people who are buying these sex dolls and investing in all this stuff, they aren't getting it for... They want the feeling. They don't care about the look.
No, listen. No, I disagree with you 100%. Okay. A lot of people that get sex robots are people that like amputees, or people that are like shut-ins, people who are like they have social anxiety.
Is this a fact that amputees are the
No. I'm saying people that have some kind of issue with themselves and don't feel like...
How many amputees do you know that are buying sex dolls online?
Yeah, but like if you're like if the sex bot looks like a model, you know what I mean? Because you're not gonna get a real model.
Wait, are amputees buying other amputee sex dolls?
No, of course not. Why would you do that?
Question. I don't know.
Maybe you want somebody that looks like you. But the point is, and I don't know if these facts are true. I'm just saying shit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
By the way, you should just cut to that little clip every podcast. Because people are probably listening to a lot of what you say, be like, is this valid?
No. I actually had a discussion with someone else about sex robots.
Okay.
And they were talking about like the types of people who get sex robots are not what you think. It's not just, it's not only perverts that get sex robots.
Well, that I'll disagree with.
You know what
I mean,
let me give you an example.
By the way, I just saw you running for office in 15 years, being like, it's not only perverts that get sex dolls, and everyone's like, cut the mic.
No, but let me give you a better analogy about what I think about the sex robots and how they look and how they're not quite ready yet because they don't look like human beings. They
Ready for whose standards?
Listen, can I finish?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna I don't like the looks of these sex robots because they look like plastic dolls.
Yeah, you've never been attracted.
You've
never looked at a Barbie and be like, "What's going on with her tonight?"
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, if we settle, the people that have settled is like the people that settle for MP3 sound. Like MP3s is a lower grade of sound than the wave format that used to be on CDs.
Right.
But kids and all the downloading and things like that, they don't care.
Right.
They don't know because they don't appreciate the difference.
Right.
So that's what's going to happen with this low-level sex dolls out there. But I'm saying it's not going to really take off until, it looks like how it looks in the movies. That's how we want it to look.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine if let's say you're Jessica Alba, and this is what you would do, because this is what's going to happen. This is the future.
This
is the future. Jessica Alba is going to be able to, but probably
get an Erik Griffin sex doll.
Probably not Jessica Alba, because by this time she'll be like 47-year-old Jessica Alba. Just kidding. No, but like even what she'll be able
people
to do.
Will still want that doll.
But listen. She'll be able to license out her likeness. So you'll be able to be like, do you want a Jessica Alba doll? You know how people sell
like selling a Prince of the original.
You're right. So she'll be able to it'll be a whole thing. She'll be at she'll have the big scissors and at the store.
Do you want to fuck a Picasso reprint?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So then she'll and then this would be a cool thing though. Like what if all right, so she has a sex doll, and then you can to pay a little extra, there's she has for an hour a day, actually remote, she has on VR glasses and and so the guy's like, "Hi, so how you doing today, Jessica?" And then she can talk through that particular sex doll.
Whoa!
But she don't have to worry about it because she's just like.
I thought you were gonna say some weird shit where you could only see from above. The neck up, and she's in your VR goggles.
That's why you have to listen. Instead of if you listen, you hear what I'm saying.
Okay, so you want her voice in the headset.
She's actually controlling this. She can control the sex doll.
The sex doll.
Yeah.
So if the guy's like, "Yo, put your left hand in my butt," and she's like, "Oh, you sure you're not the right one?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, you know what?"
Then it's more interactive.
Whoa.
But it doesn't even have to really be her. So this is the future of it. Is so there's a room you have the Atom sex dolls. You know what I mean? And you just have a room full of people who are talking. They're controlling the sex doll from
animatronics, the guys for the Dark Crystal, the guys who ran the mouse and made them go
So they're so you don't have to worry about the AI. You just have some remote person doing it.
I'm a big fan of this.
You know what I mean? And that's how it's going to be.
That's $1 billion industry waiting to happen.
But see, the thing is, until they look and feel real, or people just going to have to settle.
I think so. I don't think we ever get. I mean, dude, look at the graphics in NBA 2K. Right?
I know what you're saying.
They're so good.
Or have you played Modern Warfare?
No.
Bro.
Is it unreal?
It's so it's crazy.
Whoa.
But we're not there yet. But by the way, too, I think that we're gonna bypass the whole sex doll industry
and go right to
we're gonna go right to brain stimulation.
Oh, the goggles.
The sex doll is just gonna be coom, and then you're just you're in a chair like this, just coming on yourself because you're in your, it's gonna be like the Matrix.
Oh my God.
I think that's the future. I keep saying, imagine that technology comes into play. So then your apartment will be like this chair. You'll be in a big building with 1,000 people because your apartment is gonna be. You sit down, you have a feeding tube, and you're going home, and you're meant. I live in the Taj Mahal, because the VR world is going to be
Sims. You ever see the movie The Surrogate with Bruce Willis?
No.
It's just that. People would go into their pods,
yeah,
and they would live these alternate lives.
That's what I'm saying.
They'd come home and they'd literally get into this pod, and It was so real. You got to watch it, dude.
But that's the future. I think it's going to be, we're going to bypass all of this, like all that stuff.
In your pod, just
yeah, you're just in your, you know, you have to put like a dick thing on. You know, something goes in your butthole for a lot of purposes,
dude.
You have your feeding tube, and you're just in a thing, and that's your apartment. And people come over, they interact. You know, you're interacting, and you're like,
can you die in your alternate world?
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that's going to be the side effects. You know, it's like that's a thing they tell you, like on the warning label.
Remember that whole thing? Whoever started that rumor? It was like, if you die in your dreams, you die for real. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
You never heard that? That was like one of those weird.
Yeah.
You ever heard it on the playground?
Yeah.
What do you even call that saying? That just like that's because it's not an old saying. It's not
see,
like
but I'm saying dreams are real. I'm saying like you have a dream, you're in this dream, and then like you wake up and you're like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Whatever that space is in your brain is what they're gonna have to
access.
Yeah.
What's
science nerd talk with a little perverseness?
What's the most real dream you've had in the last 5 years?
I don't remember them.
You don't dream?
But I do, but I don't hold on to them. Like I couldn't access it right now. But I have had some times where I'm like, whoa, you know, like you wake up and you're just like, oh man, what you know, I always find that like I wake up like right when you're supposed to. Like in the dream, something's happening where it's like, oh, I need to wake up right now. And I almost feel like there's like some alternate, like, you know, where they're like your body's like
recognizing
you're about to die. You know what I mean? Your body tells you like, or whatever it is.
I definitely had a dream once where I was going down on Katy Perry. And remember that the original iPhone ringtone that was the guitar, like dang, 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 dang.
And then when you were eating her out, all of a sudden it was like, baby, you're a firework.
I would have been happy for that. That I would have welcomed.
What if our pussy did that? It was like,
and you just see me just go. So then there was a guy in the corner because my phone went off. So I'm like going down on it. It's so real. I can't even believe it's happening. I don't even know what spawned this dream or how I got there. I wish I could remember like what led to it, like what preceded it. Like if I met her on the street and we went to like a fair, like what did I play out to build up? Or did I literally, because you're controlling your dream. So did I literally just bump into her on the street and go, whoa, sorry. And then my dream cut to me eating her like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
did I play out a whole scene? So then the phone goes off the thing and I come up and I look over and there's just a guy in the corner playing guitar. And then I woke up.
Yeah, those are weird. That's weird shit. But can you imagine though? You see her, like how many people dream about?
Oh, I'll tell her that dream.
You know,
if that's what you're asking. If I see her,
because I've had people hit me up and tell me weird shit like, yo, like they'll be like, Montez, you were in my dream last night and this happened. You know, and I'll be like, okay, because if you watch something a lot or you're a fan of something or something's in your head and all of a sudden you're just like, you know, people have weird dreams.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like the technology to access whatever that is in our brain, that's the future.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
I don't know. Weird.
I got to get in the gaming world so I can, you know, talk shit to you on Twitch.
Actually, guys, make sure you follow my new gaming channel. It's called Erik Griffin Gaming. You know,
nice, real clever title.
There's too many Griffin gamings. I used to go, yeah. You'd be surprised. I looked it up and I was like,
I am surprised.
There's so many. And I was like, and I used to be like, Griffin Gaming. That was my thing.
Wait. What the fuck was that? Wait. So they
Griffin Gaming.
Yeah, like how you added your own reverb.
Yeah.
Wait, so they click on your profile and then that would happen?
No. I'm just saying I would just say that while I was playing.
Oh, gotcha.
Welcome to Griffin Gaming, you know. So I just love.
How old are the people that
I don't know.
play against you? Do you remember when the first like headsets even came out and you could play people from all over the world?
Yeah.
That blew my mind, dude.
Me too, dude. You know what's funny about that is I actually became friends. I used to play Gears of War. Now the first year Gears of War came out, you were playing like on a team, you have 4 people. Okay. So then it just would turn on and then you start playing and people like, hey, I'm from Ireland, you know. It'd be like, and I met these dudes from Europe and we just started playing all the time to the point where I was like, we actually became friends, you know. And I was like, this is amazing.
That's crazy.
But the problem is like then sometimes you end up and there's like, it's clearly a 9-year-old.
Yeah. I think that's what the creators of Chat Roulette intended. Member, but then it just turned into a fanfare of dicks. You know what I'm saying? They were like, maybe people from all over the world can meet and click and see someone.
Just pow a dick. Just how much dick is on that? You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it be great to find out if like the guy who created Chat Roulette also was like the stepson of the guy who like invented Snapple? You know what I'm saying?
But here's the problem with the Chat Roulette is that
a lot of is everything.
No. But the thing is, because men are so dumb, we'll go through 75 dicks for the one titty. You know what I mean?
Because it's in Bosnia. And you're like, I've never seen a Bosnian titty.
The titty pops up and you're like, finally.
But then a guy goes, yup.
You're looking at the titty and just a dick comes into the screen.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, we're about to go to dinner. I'm glad Adam Ray came on, even though he big time me. You know, you also big time me with your. Just be honest,
dude. I fucked up.
Yeah, but
so look,
don't tell me you. But you told me some bullshit.
There's no excuse.
You said you put it in your calendar wrong, and I know that was bullshit.
No, it's not. I swear to God,
I sent you a calendar invite.
Didn't read it. So I think there is a.
So you don't take care of business.
I have my schedule's organized chaos, dude. I email myself like my shit for the day, but then I also have just gotten really good. And guess what? Things do slip through the cracks sometimes. But when we were scheduling this, there were like 2 other podcasts a day and my voiceover job and a meeting, and I locked everything in a way to where I just was so fixated on this is this is this.
Yeah, the important things to you.
No, dude, I remember I was going to go podcast 12:30 so I can go meeting at 2 because I would go 12:30, 1:30, get to me at 2, and then I go Erik at what was it?
4.
4, yeah. And then you hit me up at what time?
4:03. Like, are you almost here?
Yeah. And then I fucked up.
Yeah, you bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really recording just because of that. No, I'm kidding. Got him. Griffin. Give him the finger.
I'm not even joking, dude. We loosely joke about the quick fat movie. But that's your game show, dude. Everyone's doing game shows now.
I know.
You would crush a game show, dude.
I just want to be I want to be the Family Feud guy. I want to take it back to old
school.
Can we
get that out there?
I know.
You'd be so good. Oh, my God. So that would be the show if they literally came to you with a slate of games and they go, hey, man, pick one. You wouldn't go Price is Right? You wouldn't go Jeopardy?
No, not Jeopardy, because I would feel stupid all the time. Not Jeopardy, not Price is Right, because it's just, maybe Price is Right.
The banter. You got to do a show.
Oh, I'm thinking of Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I would do that. Price is Right.
Yeah,
Price is Right would be fun.
Well, it's with Wheel of Fortune. There's not a lot of, it's you're asking the bullshit questions, and you have to keep it moving because you got to get to the gameplay.
I just want to be fun with people.
Price is Right. You can do that.
Yeah.
Price is Right. If you can spend, 2 to 3 extra minutes. And they'll cut a commercial break if you have some funny banter with somebody, you know?
I love that.
Also, doing contestants row, that's crowd work, baby, in the front row.
Hello.
Drew doesn't take advantage of that, man. I see Drew just being like,
look, all that money he makes.
Dude, you're getting, it's crowd work city, dude. People are running down an aisle to the front row.
I know.
And then you basically can just be like, you want to be up here? Fucking, and just,
I know, I get it. So, maybe you'll see me on the that's when I've completely given up.
Family Feud, they don't give a fuck. They can.
Oh, I love Family Feud. But Steve Harvey's just hilarious. He's always so dirty and like.
Is he dirty?
Yeah. And I always love how it's. I don't know if they set this up on purpose, but it's always like a black family and a white family. Like 75% of the time, it's like the Jacksons. And then it'll be like the O'Reillys, And it's just like a race war going on.
And Steve Harvey always takes sides, right? Like
you could tell.
Like if the O'Reillys fuck up, he's like, okay. I know. But then he's like, if the Jacksons misanswer, he's like, guys, come on, man.
I know.
You know the answer.
Next up, Jamila.
Jamila versus Stewart.
Jamila Jackson. I love how he always knows what the answer is going to be because it's so dumb questions. But anyways, guys, we're going to be done. This is Adam Ray. I'm going to have all his information below. He's got Speak For Yourself. What's it not Speak For Yourself? What's the name of the podcast?
Oh, About Last Night.
About Last Night. I was thinking of this show I was watching, Speak For Yourself. About Last Night podcast. I'll have all his information below. I had to bring him back on because the setup's different. And so,
I also have.
Here he is. Plug some shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I've got my stand-up album is out. Read the Room, filmed at the San Fran Punchline. But I'm coming out
Cut
with
to everybody listening, going like this.
You fucking asshole. Oh, dude.
I just gave him the finger.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real, dude. I love it. No, I have my comedy music album coming out.
Oh,
my
comedy
first
music
one,
album.
dude. Yeah, dude. All 13 original songs.
Oh, wow.
5 sketches, Sandler style. And I'm gonna play the promo right now. It's 1 minute long. Here we go. Lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls is singing on a track.
Oh, that's good. Well, you should have told me about this part because then I could have just put it in my thing so it's not this weird, awkward. We'll probably cut away from this. I don't know if that's going to stay in. So let me, just in case. So, Adam, thanks for coming on the podcast.
I love you. Thanks for having me, man. That's at Adam Ray Comedy on Twitter and Instagram.
He's got a comedy album coming out, and we have a bunch. All this information will be below.
Oh, you put it right here? So can I do like one of those?
Well, I guess I don't really know. It's really down below, but I might do that. I'm not Rick Glassman. That guy, he has like a fucking
graphics.
The production value on his podcast. So make sure you listen to that one. Take your shoes off.
Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Did it come
out?
Oh, it did come out. Oh, yeah. It's great.
And he's a fun guy. I saw him the other night. We were talking about doing it again, like doing some kind of crossover episode.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go back on but get really baked with them. You don't smoke pot, though, do you?
No.
Yeah, you'd be so fun. And you're gaming. Yeah, you would, dude.
Yeah, people say that. Cut to like I'm on the news because I killed someone.
Okay, we'll not be smoking with Erik Griffin anytime soon in the near future.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.